A leading Tory Brexiteer MP has warned that French President Emmanuel Macron should be on alert amid a growing Frexit campaign in France to quit the European Union. Frexit, the French campaign to leave the EU, is gaining a lot of momentum in recent weeks, sparking concern for Emmanuel Macron. Tory Brexiteer MP Andrew Bridgen warned that countries like Italy and France are the most likely to leave the EU out of the 27 remaining member states. He explained why President Macron should panic as the tide turns against Brussels throughout the EU. Talk radio host James Whale told Mr. Bridgen, "The interesting thing in France is that they are setting up an organization called Frexit, which is getting quite a lot momentum." Mr. Bridgen responded, "Well, Macron was quite blatant, wasn't he? He said he would never give the French people a referendum on membership of the EU because they would vote to leave. That is his version of democracy." He went on to explain why Italy is also on the brink of ditching the EU, telling Talk Radio, "You have people very upset with what the EU have done to them in Italy. They have had no economic growth before this recession since they joined the euro. Young people in Italy want to leave the EU because they are having their economic future devastated by the euro. Imagine having 20 years of no economic growth, it's unbelievable." Talk Radio co-host Ash Gould added that the EU must be teetering on the edge as coronavirus takes its toll on the European economies. In France, Charles-Henri Gallois has launched a new campaign, inspired by both the Brexit Party and Vote Leave. Mr. Gallois wants France to reprendre le contrôle, which roughly translates to take back control, and leave the EU through a referendum. In an exclusive interview with Express.co.uk last week, he claimed France and Italy will soon follow Britain out of the EU. He believes that skepticism towards the single currency will lead to a full exit from the bloc in both countries, as has been seen in the UK. Similarly to Mr. Gallois, last month, Italian Senator Gianluigi Paragon formed a new party called Italexit. Later today, the latest episode of Brexit Unlocked, chaired by former Brexit Party MEPs Martin Dobney and Belinda de Lucy and exclusively broadcast live to the Daily Express Facebook page on Friday at 5 p.m., will discuss the Euroscepticism that is sweeping across Europe.